10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio.
And now, another really exciting episode of the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out with an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy is right.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Excellent.
151.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Shy Life Podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, but I'm a bit late for an appointment. I'm on the train and heading to Surbiton. Well, I've then got to go beyond Surbiton, but I've got to catch up with the others. Yeah, it's a long story. I'll probably explain a bit after I've run the theme music. So let's run that theme music, shall we? Right.
Darling, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing, Paul. The highlight, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, Jumpers. How are you?
You quite like a big bang, don't you, Paul?
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope you haven't found out my secret. Maybe he has.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life Podcast.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I am strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
But has the Shy Life Podcast slowed down? I don't think so.
It's all gooey and meaty and yum, 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 yum.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage? Hello again, yes. So I'm on the train, I'm heading to Surbiton. Why is this? You may want to know. What's this appointment? Well, it's not like an appointment for a hairdresser or a doctor's or a dentist or anything. It's an appointment. It's an appointment with Yeti Uncle John and Martin and Cromitty. It's all to do with the yoga vampires again. Yes, I'm afraid so. Well, we're not sure. There's been reports up in Richmond Park again. Things have been sighted. We're not sure. We haven't heard from them for a while. Not recently, but we know they're about. And this might be our first lead. Although what we're going to do if we find them up there, I really don't know. We've still not got a proper vampire slayer or hunter or whatever lined up, but if we can find there's some sort of base they've got up there, you know, maybe they're sitting up in the trees or something, I don't know. Anyway, I'm late. They're already up there, so they're doing the investigating, I suppose, and hopefully we'll find out more when we reach them. Dear oh dear, I can't believe I slept through my alarm. I wish I had Clive the clock like I used to in the Sutton Park days. He was always guaranteed to wake me up. Anyway, more in a bit. Well, I can't see Paul anywhere. Oh, no, I know that, Cromitty. It's still, you know, he's got to travel here. He's running late. You know, we have to accept it, I suppose. Well, we don't know where Martin is anyway. No, it's it's weird to be back in Richmond Park. The last time we were here, we were, well, you know, the whole business with the magpies and the, you know, and the yoga vampires. Yes, I remember. Yes. The magpies have done pretty well. Not only did they sort of drive them away from, you know, near the flat and near Eek, but Well, they did drive them out of here for a while. I mean, that's if it is the yoga vampires again. Well, I guess that's what Martin's finding out. Yes. Well, I don't know. It's nice to be back. I mean, the leaves are coming out on the trees now, aren't they? It's good. It's impressive. Well, yes, it is warmer. When we were here before, it was very cold. Yes, I remember. Yes, that was when I did a little trick on you, wasn't it? Yes, you most certainly did, pretending to be a vampire hunter. Yes. Well, I thought I'd have a go. I mean, the magpies were a great help, so it wasn't entirely untrue. Oh, no, I suppose not. Still, it did confuse us. It confused us quite a bit. Yes, I know that. Well, I can't understand why they'd come back here, though. I suppose, they've got to go somewhere. Yes, well, they're always planning, those yoga vampires. Oh dear. I do worry what they may have achieved. Yes. I know what you mean. Oh dear. I wonder where he is. He's got to be here somewhere. I expect... oh, is that Martin? Oh, I think it might be. Oh, that's a relief. Maybe we'll hear what's been going on a bit more. Yes, maybe. Maybe. Hi listeners, it's me. Hi. Yes. I've reached the park, but I haven't reached the others yet. I'm sure they can't be too far away. I don't yet know whether they've found out anything, achieved anything. Keeping an eye out. It's the thing. Vampires these days, you can't rely on them to be staying indoors just because the sun's out. They're all, used to all that sort of thing now. But anyway, it is nice to be out and about, I must say. There are quite a few people around because, it's a nice-ish day. The sun isn't coming out, but it's not cold, and it does look like the sun could emerge if given enough prompting. But yes, I mean, we've been to Richmond Park quite a few times in the last few months, and it's like seeing the different seasons, I suppose. We've been here in the autumn, and we've been here in the winter, and now it's definitely spring. Well, probably more than spring. At the edges of summer. That's probably a bit optimistic, but anyway. Yes, I don't know if I should wait for a text. This feels all very familiar to when I was here before, and we were waiting for each other and trying to meet up, and none of us could arrive at the same time. We're definitely not the best vampire slayers in town, or even, I don't know, vampire watchdogs. We can never sort of get ourselves together to actually all turn up together in the one vehicle or whatever. Still, what have I got in my bag, you might ask? I guess you probably didn't even know I was carrying a bag, but yes, I've got in my bag. I have my little toadstool seat thing. The one I've taken with me on walks a few times. I probably shouldn't need it because Richmond Park's quite good for either fallen trees or seats, but just in case. I've also got a bag of biscuits, which are probably only to be eaten in an emergency because they're really for dipping in coffee. And I will admit that I did pick up a coffee when I passed through Surbiton Station. I had some time before my bus up here, and I got a vanilla latte and a sandwich for, well, I've actually eaten it. I hadn't had any breakfast. I hadn't had any breakfast, so I think I was allowed to. The weird thing was, the only sandwiches they had, I don't know if this was because it's a station cafe, like actually on the platform, but the only sandwiches they had were a BTK. Is that what they're called? BTK? And bacon, tomato, lettuce. Is that BT? Oh, I don't know. That's the only one they had that you could take away as a proper sandwich. All the other sandwiches were like panini type things, which were going to be heated up. I guess, well, I think when I bought the sandwich, I was thinking I might take it with me, but I got as far as the lift, like the exit lift, and I thought, no, actually, I could do with eating it now, and then I won't have to necessarily stop if I catch up with the others here. So, but I do have what they called, one of those Italian bread cake things. I'll tell you when I eventually open it, I expect. But I have got something to eat. Typical Shayeti, always thinking about his stomach, even when he's being pursued by yoga vampires. Not that we know that the yoga vampires are actually here today, but anyway, I suppose I ought to give them a call and tell them I'm here, or text them. Should have done that already, really. But podcast comes first, eh? Podcast comes first. All right. I think now might be quite a good time for you to listen to a clip or something. Maybe a quiz, maybe some Sutton Park, I'm not sure. But if you go and listen to that, hopefully by the time it's played out, we'll know a bit more about what we're doing. Yes. All right. Have a listen to this. More in a bit. I've been asked if I would like to update to 5.0 Zoom. Are you on 5.0 Zoom?
No idea.
I won't do it now. One of those things you think, if you do it, is it going to make it?
You've got to restart. Yeah.
You're going to muck it up or something.
It could be a scam.
Yeah. Quiz builder. No sign of Dealey. He's right next to me. He is. Yeah. Do you want entertainment this time?
Yep.
I don't know what that will include. Hopefully a little bit of everything.
Light entertainment.
Right. Okay. What? I don't think this is entertaining, but there we go. Question 1. In La Bayadère, how does Nikaya die in ballet? Anyway,
stabbed.
Do you know that? Because that's one of the options. She drowned.
No, I don't know it.
She drowned.
But it's quite dramatic to do in a ballet, isn't it? So.
She's bitten by a snake. She's stabbed. She's poisoned. Well, stabbed sounds good enough.
Yeah. Poison is also a good one.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to drown on the stage, and I don't think they're going to get a snake involved without it looking stupid. Question 2. The Sergiev collection relates to the Imperial Ballet of which Russian city? Moscow, Samara, Kazan, or St. Petersburg?
Oh, St. Petersburg, surely.
Oh, these aren't all about ballet. There is. The next one is about ballet. But there's no more, I don't think there's any more ballet after this. Don't know. Oh, just a minute. Why is ballet? It's like when we did history and we ended up with the history of ballet, about half the question. According to M. de Saint-Hubert, which of the following would have more entrees in ballet? Open ballet, fine ballet, small ballet, royal ballet.
Fine ballet.
Fine. Question 4. Love and Hate is a 2006 film based on which Shakespeare play? The Tempest, The Taming of the Shrew, Othello, or Romeo and Juliet? think I know anything about. I probably would have avoided it because anything connected to Shakespeare, I'm trying not to see.
I mean, Romeo and Juliet are probably an obvious one.
They've already did that with.
Yeah, but I've never heard this film.
No, I know.
Could be a Russian one.
So Romeo and Juliet. I feel like I should know this one. Question 5. Moab is My Washpot is an autobiography by which British actor and television presenter? I'm thinking somebody like Stephen Fry or something.
Yeah, or Walliams, one of those buggers.
No, but somebody I don't think I think we should say Stephen Fry because I think I feel like I actually know it or own it, and I'm not interested in David Walliams, whereas I am in Stephen Fry. Question 6. Professor Henry Higgins is a character in which 1964 film?
My Fair Lady.
Yeah. Question 7. Giselle features the character Duke Albrecht of... This is in ballet again. Silesia, Moldova, Bohemia, or Moravia? Duke Albrecht of Moldova. Moravia. Question 8. Elijah Wood voices Mumble in which animated movie? Ice Age, Home on the Range, Happy Feet, or Treasure Planet? Either Ice Age or Happy Feet. The other two I never even heard of.
Never heard of it.
I've definitely seen Ice Age, but you don't think about the people doing the voices. You don't think, oh, this is Elijah Wood doing that voice. Let's say Ice Age. I only know about Happy Feet. Question 9. Which band released a 2007 album entitled Minutes to Midnight? It's not Coldplay. It's not U2. It's not Duran Duran.
No.
It's not Kaiser Chiefs. What about that horrible band? One that Julie likes.
Savage Garden.
No, not Savage Garden.
What's it called?
Sorry, Toby's helping. Minutes to Midnight. Do you know who made that band?
From what decade?
2007. No, I thought it might be the people who's that people who did
Scouting for Girls.
Scouting for Girls. I was thinking of who did that thing like thingy like Jagger. The one that Julie liked. I don't mind. Question 10. Which Shakespeare character had sons called Mutius, Lucius, and Quintus? Hamlet, Titus Andronicus, Macbeth, or Othello? Maybe Titus Andronicus because...
Maybe, we don't know him.
Well,
or Othello.
And also there's lots of us's.
The Dark Moor.
He might have... Well, Titus Andronicus, obviously he's got us and all of his kids have got us in their names, and that's why. That's my reason.
Well, that's a good enough reason.
Yeah. Question 11. Gamer Al-Maserdash was the first ballerina from the Muslim world. And
Correct.
The first from which country? Turkmenistan, Turkey, Azerbaijan, or Uzbekistan?
What a horrible question.
Turkmenistan. Right, Turkmenistan. No, that wasn't Turkmenistan. This is another thing. It's not ballet, but it's almost as bad. Question 12. The third best opera house in the world. Third best opera house?
Houston.
In which capital is... What? The third best opera house in the world. In which capital is the Teatro Colón? Brasilia, Havana, Lima, or Buenos Aires? Buenos Aires. I have no reason for that, but I can pronounce it better than those other ones. Question 13. What is Arnold Schwarzenegger's profession in the 2002 film Collateral Damage? Is he a collateral damage specialist? Maybe he's a
librarian. I don't know.
A risk auditor. Question 14. Which US musician played the role of Alias in the 1973 film Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid? Bob Dylan. I have no reason for saying that other than I can imagine he would look. He kind of dresses like he's in the Wild West. So. 15. Which perfume featured in the first advert on UK TV's Channel 5? I feel like we've had that one before.
Which perfume?
Yeah. Chanel number 5.
Lothric.
Chanel number 5.
Denim.
Like Brute.
Old Spice.
Yeah. Question 16. The Karelia Suite is a work by which composer? Bruckner, Sibelius, Rimsky-Korsakov, or Mendelssohn?
Mendelssohn.
Question 17. In which English city did the Belgrade Theatre open in 1958? Belgrade. York.
Belfast.
Belfast. Is that an English city? Is it an English city?
Does he say British or English?
English.
Oh, God. Bath, then.
Bath. Question 18. The Oldberg Festival is associated with which classical composer? Wagner, Holst, Britten, Mozart. Maybe it's the Adelberg, not the Oldberg. Britten.
Mozart.
I don't know if we're allowed to have two votes. Question 19.
Is it Aldeburgh? Did you say Aldeburgh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that would be Britain then. Yeah, I thought you said Aldberg. I was thinking like somewhere German, but if it's Aldeburgh, then yeah, it would be Britain.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce it. No. What was the name of the last concert by the Canadian-American rock group The Band in November 1976? Or something like...
We'll Never Split or something like that. Together Forever.
First 10 years. That was the name of one of the ABBA greatest hits, the first 10 years, and they split up immediately after.
We'll Never Split.
Well, I know. The Eagles had the Hell Freeze Over.
Hell Froze Over. Yeah.
20. Who does Duke appoint as ruler when he leaves in Measure for Measure? Antonio, Romeo, Angelo, or Puck?
Angelo.
Yeah. Question 21. What is the name of Woody's owner in Toy Story? Stephen, David, Bruce, or Andy? Isn't it Andy?
Andy, isn't it?
Yeah. 22. What does Jeux, J-E-U-X, mean in English? In ballet, games, folks, dances,
yeah, games.
ballet.
Isn't it? Games. It's games, I'm pretty sure. Jeux sans frontières is games.
Very few of these. This is not what I call entertainment. Half of these things.
I'm thoroughly entertained.
Very
highbrow.
Yeah, it's very highbrow. 21. Who does John Wayne? I need to say John Wayne. I'm so high. John Wayne. Who does John Wayne play in the 1960 film The Alamo? Who's associated with The Alamo? Jesse James. No.
White
Earp. 24. What is the title of the theme tune to BBC Radio's Desert Island Discs?
Castaway.
Yeah.
Should know that, really.
Yeah. Question 25. I should, because I listen to it a lot. What type of bird does Ariel take her earthly goods to for investigation in The Little Mermaid? Crow, raven, finch, or seagull?
Raven, probably.
Or seagull, because she lives in the sea.
There's no such bird.
No such thing as a seagull?
Correct.
Oh.
Well, there's different types of gull, isn't there?
Gull.
Common gull, herring gull.
Entertaining gull. Question number 1, unfortunately, Nikia dies. She's bitten by a snake, which I can't imagine is done particularly well on the stage in ballet. Probably made out of paper or something. The Sergiev collection relates to which city? It is St. Petersburg. I think we did say St. Petersburg.
Yeah, we did say, yeah.
The one about is it open ballet, fine ballet, small ballet, royal ballet? We said fine ballet, it's royal ballet, but we didn't know what they were talking about. Love and Hate is a version of Romeo and Juliet, so it's a good thing we stuck with that. Barbie's My Washpot is the autobiography of Stephen Fry.
Yeah, well done.
Professor Henry Higgins is a character in My Fair Lady. Giselle features the Duke of, you said Moravia, but it's Silesia. So. Elijah Wood, it's Happy Feet, not Ice Age. Which band released Minutes to Midnight? It was Linkin Park. Now my which Shakespeare character has sons called Mutius, Lucius, and Quintus? It was Titus Andronicus.
Yay!
So my reasoning worked.
Cool. Yeah.
Gamma Amazak, the Turkish, the first ballerina from the Muslim world. He was from Azerbaijan, which I did say. But
well, all those sounded the same.
I think you said Turkmenistan, so I think you get that one. The third best opera house, it's Buenos Aires, which is what I said. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a firefighter in Collateral Damage. We didn't say that. US musician in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid was Bob Dylan. So I must have subconsciously been that. I'm going to assert that what I said was real for this next one. The perfume used on Channel 5 was Chanel No. 5.
Of course it was. Number 5. Obvious.
The Carrera La Suite was... Who did we say for that one? Rimsky-Korsakov. Did we say that?
Oh, Mendelssohn, I think. Was that one of the options?
Yeah, it's Sibelius anyway. So. The Belgrade Theatre is in Coventry. We can get that one right. The Adalborough Festival is Britain.
Aldborough,
sorry. Well,
it's near Southwold, isn't it? Is that way?
The concert by the band was called The Last Waltz. The Duke in Measure for Measure is Angelo, which I think you said that.
Yes.
Woody's owner is Andy. Je means games. John Wayne played Davy Crockett.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The theme tune of Desert on Discs is by the Sleepy Lagoon. And the type of bird which Ariel takes her earthly goods from. I got it right, but I let you take it and you got it wrong. It was a seagull. It was a seagull.
Oh, well done.
But I didn't get it, though.
There's no such bird.
We didn't get it, though, because we said raven. I took your answers right. But we got about 11 out of 25. Not our best. But it was stupid entertainment.
That's very difficult.
Very highbrow. And we were only doing medium as well. Nobody, I wouldn't think, it would, that's all this ballet and opera.
Ballet.
People who do quizzes like this on the internet don't probably follow ballet or opera.
So, Martin, what's been going on? What have you found out?
I found out a few things. I talked to my contact.
Oh, yes? Who is your contact?
It's Ben the Hen, Paul's old friend.
Oh, Ben the Hen. Oh, yes. We encountered him when we were here last time.
Well, yes. He's around here quite a lot, so he knows what's going on. Apparently, we needn't worry quite as much, but, well, it's a complex thing.
Well, what is a complex thing? What is going on, Martin? Yeah. Come on, be a bit more clear, because I don't understand what's going on at the moment. Are they vampires or they're not vampires?
Well, apparently it's not vampires that's been the problem. It's, oh dear. It's, wood nymphs.
Wood nymphs?
Yes, wood nymphs, but they've been bothering people. I think they've kind of got used to having the park to themselves during the pandemic when people weren't going out. And, well, also, it's a long story.
Well, we've got time. How are they bothering people? What's going on?
Well, you see, you might not know about wood nymphs. They, they go up behind people and whisper in their ears. You know, sometimes it can be quite playful stuff, or even unpleasant stuff, like, I don't know, saying, your husband's cheating on you with your nanny, or you know, preying on people's sort of worries and concerns about themselves, you know, physical stuff and, you know, family stuff and personal stuff. It's not nice, but it is not vampires. Anyway, the wood nymphs, they're used to doing that, but more recently, since people have started coming back to the park, it would appear that whoever runs the cafe has talked them into sort of acting as, I suppose you could say, advertising for the cafe.
What do you mean?
So the wood nymphs go up to people, whisper in their ear, why not come to the cafe where you can buy lots of nice food and drink, and they're acting like advertisers.
Oh, I see. Well, that's quite clever. Oh, actually, yes, that does sound quite clever.
Well, yes, except that they can't be trusted. They've been pickpocketing people as well. So by the time they do get to the cafe, they've not got their wallets on them. So it's all self-defeating. So they have been a bit of a menace. But
oh, well, that's not good. No, that is not good. Is there any way we can talk them out of that? You know, I mean, advertising the cafe is one thing, but you know, pickpocketing people, no, that can't be allowed. Well, no, exactly, it can't be allowed. But well, I suppose, you know, maybe they are quite simple-minded things, wood nymphs, apparently. I think that maybe, you know, if, well, it might involve a little bit of subterfuge. Oh, yes. You got a plan? I might have. But, well, I think Paul will be the one who can help us, yes.
All right then. Well, he's due here any minute.
Yes, I just had a text. He knows where we are. Hopefully he'll arrive. And, yes, then we can tell him our plan. Oh, excellent. Yes. It's about time Paul did some work. Yeah.
You're hamming it up with Big Fatty. Oh, he is fat as sin, and oh, you still talk to him, and I don't know why, but you're hamming it up with Big Fatty.
Oh, you're hamming it up with Big Fatty. Oh, his whole life's a sham, and oh, all he wants is ham,
and I don't know why.
Oh, you big fat thing, you.
Hi, Big Fatty, it's me, Paul the Shayeti. How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm all right.
Oh, good.
I'm out and about.
Out and about? Yes?
You haven't heard from Big Fatty here, have you?
Oh, wait, what?
Just wondered. Sorry. That's not what I'm calling about anyway.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm out and about with some of my regulars.
Yes.
We're in Richmond Park.
Richmond?
Now, I don't know if you know about this, but we've spent the last few months being tormented by
yes.
vampires.
Oh,
yeah. They're vampires that do yoga. Yeah. My colleague Cromitty, who I'm sure has spoken to you before, he was in a yoga group. He realised after a while that, some of the people in the yoga group didn't actually have reflections. Anyway, we've been trying to drive them away. I mean, it's very difficult to get rid of vampires. You just can't find a decent vampire slayer in the Yellow Pages anymore. Everyone's gone independent and charges really high prices, and and I don't think we're really up to it. Yeti Uncle John did try, but you've met Yeti Uncle John, and he's not the most reliable person.
I know you know what to
anyway,
get with
we're out today, and the weather's nice, and the trees are they've got leaves on them, and it feels very spring-like and very jolly, and we're here to follow a lead we had that the yoga vampires were in this area.
We had a taste of summer.
Exactly what we're going to do if we find them, I'm not sure, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
A taste of summer.
It's nearly Easter. Well, it will be Easter by the time I send this message. Okay. Well, that is if the vampires don't get me. But let's be hopeful. Let's be positive.
Maybe you can make them a rabbit stew.
I think I'll be okay.
Yes.
I've got the others with me.
You got the garlic.
Cromitty and Yeti Uncle John and Martin, and I think they'll look after me. We'll just need to follow up this lead. And and as I say, if you do hear from Robot Big Fatty, then please do let us know because Cuthbert, you know Cuthbert. He spoke to you last time.
He's that robot.
Yeah, Cuthbert needs some help. And he thought the Robot Big Fatty could possibly help. He's certainly more help than a yoga vampire. Anyway, hope you're doing okay. And wish us well.
Yes.
And I'll report back.
Please do.
I'll let you know what becomes of us.
Okay, we're about out of time.
Oh dear.
Y'all that, of course, is the Shy Yeti.
Wood nymphs? Really? Gosh. So not vampires then? No, Paul, not vampires. But that's a good thing. Wood nymphs are a different matter, but they can be dealt with. Yes, but I have a plan to deal with them. I also think that I like the idea of, what can be done, if you know what I mean. I don't get you.
I think he means the whole advertising side of it. I think it could be used to our advantage.
Okay, I guess so. But so what are we dealing with exactly? Well, what we need to deal with is the pickpocketing. We can't have wood nymphs going around stealing from people. It's difficult. I mean, they can also be our eyes and ears. They can, at the moment we just have Ben the Hen, who is our spy in the park.
Spy in the park? Sounds very like the Sutton Park days.
You're not wrong there, Martin, it does. Well, the thing is, we established many years ago, every park in every town and every city and every, country is part of what was the planet of Sutton Park. Sutton Park in Birmingham is just, anyway, that's beyond the point at the moment. Richmond Park definitely has connections with Sutton Park. So, but anyway, you were saying about the wood nymphs. Yes, well, wood nymphs, in a way, they're a bit like the mermaids of the woods. They can lure people to do things and influence them. And sometimes they can be playful or spiteful or malicious. It's the first time I've ever heard of wood nymphs being used to advertise a cafe. But the pickpocketing we cannot have. But they need somebody to speak to them. Okay, somebody to speak to them. Well, who is it that will, make a wood nymph behave themselves, for want of a better description? Paul, well, this is where you come in. Okay. You think they'd listen to me?
Maybe but maybe not in your current form.
No, you might have to, play a part, Paul. Okay, I don't mind playing a part. What, some sort of part that, a wood nymph would respect, a person or something? Absolutely, Paul, yes.
But there is only really one person that a wood nymph respects.
Yes. Why are you looking at me and why are you laughing? Who is it that a wood nymph respects? Shall I tell him? Oh, yes, maybe you should, yet, Uncle John.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Come on. Who is it that I'm supposed to be? Well, Paul, the only person that a wood nymph really respects is the leader of the wood nymphs. Yes, the leader of the wood nymphs. And who is the leader of the wood nymphs? Well, you see, it's the queen of the wood nymphs. You want me to be the queen of the wood nymphs? Why can't I be the king of the wood nymphs? Well, this is the problem, Paul. There is no king of the wood nymphs, just the queen. Why can't the queen of the wood nymphs talk to the other wood nymphs? Oh, she's away on holiday, you see. The queen of the wood nymphs is away on holiday. Why can't we wait till she comes back? Oh, well, you see, Paul, she has very long holidays. 6 months in the south of France, and goodness knows. So you want me to be the queen of the wood nymphs?
Yeah, we thought that would work. You can tell them all you need to tell them.
Really? But we don't have a costume. Oh, we could make you a costume. There's plenty of dead leaves and bits of fronds and brambles and things. We can plaster around you. It's fine. They'll never know the difference. Okay, well, listeners, I think this is a good time for a clip, a quiz, a Sutton Park extract or something. And when we come back, I shall be here as the queen of the wood nymphs. Yup. Okay.
And so I sit and wait for the return of J, John and Owen with a little surprise in store for them. Well, it is episode 2003. It is time for you to reawake, old friend. Wake up. Wake up. Episode 3. What's going on? I saved you from that spaceship. You tragic thing. There should be something in here, and there is not. Oh. Rat. The time has passed now. 2004. That takes away the excitement and impetus. And I thought he'd come to life. I'm sure that moon beast was in there. But that was ruined the whole thing. Oh, and here they come already. I have no time to think of it. I think I need a rest. Oh, blimey, it's not just Jay and John, but Paul as well. God, think of something better. Episode 3 is a stupid idea anyway. I don't know why you were brought back here. I know we could have gone back to Camberley. Dear old. What's that?
We wanted to stay and play. Oh, blimey. Is that what I think it is?
This way. This way. You safe now, come on. Not stay here too long.
It's a good thing you turned up, Mummy. I can tell you. We were quite worried. Paul, listen. I wish you'd reconsider. I wish you'd rest up for a bit. What is idea? He's got this terrible idea. This awful idea. I wish you'd forget about him. I mean, he's a pain in the neck. What did he ever do for you?
What did... Hi, viewers. We're at Parker's house. A bit quiet these days. We never see Parker's when we come here. Look, my idea's not so stupid. I just wanted to... All I wanted to do was go back to Nonsuch Park. Just to see if everything's sorted out. I mean, Nonsuch Park might be different now. Everything's moved around. I'm really thinking about Basil. Since that fight and he fell down that crack and... I'm worried about him. I just thought maybe... Look, we're going back. I'm going back. You can come with me. You don't have to. I'm going back to Nonsuch Park to see if he's alright. My memory's coming back as well. I want to make sure that everything's alright.
It's a bad idea, Paul. It really is.
You'll never change his mind, though. He's so stubborn. Or... if this is what I think it is, best Paul don't say it. It'll just cause problems. Where is he?
The gallery. So free.
Alright, but it was dormant. It don't bother you.
Well, I was going to tell Paul. Do you want me to tell Paul about it?
No, don't you dare tell Paul about it. He's got enough things to worry about at the moment as it is. Come on, let's go and find out what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all got back to the park okay, didn't we? All of us. Except Crispin. Is he here? I haven't seen him. I hope he's alright.
Alright, hello, Paul. I heard raised voices. You're not arguing, are you, about you?
He's got this stupid idea about going back to Nonsuch Park and seeing if Basil's still around and seeing if his memory comes together again and everything. I told him he should leave it.
You can tell me all you like, Hampton. I don't care. I'm going back there. I'm going back to Nonsuch Park.
How dare that narrator send me away? I am Yorick. Clive, where are you?
It's 7:24 a.m.
Clive, there you are. That dreaded narrator sent you back.
It's 7:24 a.m.
You send yourself back? How did you do that? Where is Paul? Where are they? Hey, where are they?
It's 7:24 a.m.
Heading for Nonsuch Park. Are they there now?
It's 7:24 a.m.
No, but they will be. Very well. Then it is there I shall go to. They shall not stop me interfering.
Meanwhile, back in Nonsuch Park.
Does the job.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Narrator Chappie.
Well, I need to slip back there. It's quite slippery, Ronnie. Just a minute. Didn't you fall down that hole at the beginning of episode 2000?
Yes.
Your back off tried to double cross you.
Yes.
And your back.
Indeed.
Well, he hasn't done so well.
No.
He's not done so well at all.
Physical violence isn't the way to defeat me.
Oh, well, you're here and, well, he's not.
Doesn't he realise that this is the reason why the Archon, my all-powerful character with very little intelligence and hardly any plot, was created? that it could feel the head being cut off, so it would rise in dominance, take control of what was left of me, put me back together, and disrupt magical force lines for miles around.
Blimey, I don't understand any of that, but it sounds expressive. Well...
Leaves me with a bit of a headache, though. He always does. He's not a nice chappy.
Okay. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Afternoon. Well, I've returned to Nonsuch Park as I said I would, and it just feels different again. You remember, these whole memory things, everything is changing. My mind is shifting. Old memories are coming back, and yet, at the moment, I still have the memories of the year. I still have all my memories at the moment, but I'm not sure what's happening. But anyway, I just can't believe it. It's just so. Stop it! What are you doing here?
Nothing.
You're not here.
I know I'm not. I got lost when the land masses started breaking up.
Paul, stay calm. We are but figments of your imagination, caused by the reintegration of your memory matrix. That's it. Turn it onto black and white.
Are we hallucinations?
Yes.
Oh, that's all right then. We can do anything we like to him.
No.
Get him!
Very odd. I was going to say that everything around here seems really sort of calm, but things keep going a bit odd, and I just thought... Just a minute, you are a fictional imagination.
Am I?
Yes. You both aren't here.
Figuratively speaking.
But you're not. Oh look, everything's gone like funny. You're not here?
If I'm not here, then I'm not here. It's all right then. Bye.
Oh, not again. What I was going to say is that the whole place here seems totally different. A bit like what Sutton Park was when it first moved away. We went back up there and everything was quiet and there was nothing going on and oh no. Oh no. Oh no, not again.
Hello.
Hello.
We're just figments of your imagination, come here to throttle you.
Yeah.
Get off!
Let us down.
As I was saying, I think everything is absolutely okay, but I'm not sure.
I'm sure you should be wearing this. There you go.
No, no. What's going on?
Little chap looks a bit unwell.
What's going on?
Grab him.
What's going on? Get off! There is something wrong with this place. The evil's gone, but it's as if the memories and everything. I said that my memories weren't going to change, but things are happening. Oh no, not again! Oh, please. Please, no. My memory. You won't have my memories. Oh. Well, who knows? What will develop next? Who knows? It is worth watching the things have developed as they should have, and yet things are yet unfinished.
That's nice. Yum yum. Paul, will you sit still? I'm trying to get your Queen Wood Nymph costume right. Yeah, I'm trying to have a snack before I go and do my acting. Oh, Paul, what have you got there? Oh, it's a panettone. It's I just picked it up at the station. Well, I suppose you do need to preserve your energy for your big performance. I most certainly do, Cromitty, yes. A nice bit of Italian panettone is definitely what the doctor's ordered. I don't think there is a doctor here, Paul. No, but look, it's a little bit dry, to be honest, but don't choke on it. You have to deliver some lines. I know. Just trying to work out what I'm going to say to them. Where's Yeti Uncle John and Martin? Oh, they're just rounding up the wood nymphs. Are they now? Well, good luck to them. Oh, yes, I'm sure they'll be fine. Now, come on, sit still whilst I get your costume ready. All right. Oh, dear, there's a bit of a breeze. It's blowing your wig around. Thank you. It's just moss. It's very light. Of course, it's going to get blown away. Oh, dear. It's harder than I thought. Little wood nymphs, please come out from behind the trees. The Queen Wood Nymph has something to tell you, very important. Please emerge.
Oh, the Queen, we're coming. Oh, the Queen. Oh, the Queen wants to speak to us.
Please gather round, wood nymphs. The Queen Wood Nymph will be here imminently.
Oh, yes, any time now.
Gather round, little wood nymphs. It is I, the Queen of the woodland. Yes, the Queen of the wood nymphs. It has come to my attention that you have all been quite naughty. That you have been bothering local walkers, and that you have been stealing money from them. Now, this will just get us into trouble. I do not disapprove of you advertising for the cafe. That is fine. And, there are plenty of ways to be a wood nymph and to get things from people without stealing wallets. So please, you must not do it. Do you hear me? You have already made me very cross, but I can be crosser. You would not like to see me when I am furious. We don't. Oh, we understand. Oh, yes, Queen of the Wood Nymphs, we understand. Oh, we're so sorry. We'll do whatever you say. We won't steal money anymore. Oh, the Queen of the Wood Nymphs. Oh, Your Majesty. I am glad that you have listened to me. But there is one other thing I want to mention. One other thing that you can do. Advertising for the cafe is all very well, but there are other things. Yes, other things that you can advertise. I shall give you a list. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, of course, the Queen of the Wood Nymphs. Good. Now, who's going to make me a cup of tea? We will. Oh, yes, we will. I will. Yes. Oh, yes. We have some lovely tea bags.
Oh dear, I'm exhausted. Paul, you did a great job. An absolutely great job. Yes. They were listening on your every word.
Yeah, Paul. You made a great Queen of the Wood Nymphs.
Well, thank you. Well, I think Cromitty did a very good job on the costume. Oh, thank you, Paul. Well, I just pulled together things that I could find. I hope that bramble did not poke you in the eye. No, it didn't. It was fine. Oh dear. I'm glad to be back in my day wear, though, I must say. Dear, oh dear. That wig you made from moss. Amazing. I hope somebody took a photo of me. Oh, yes, I did. Plenty. Yeah. Kind of took them to embarrass you, but, yeah, I didn't expect you to be quite so proud of the whole thing.
Well, Paul, he's very proud of anything he does.
Yeah, so he should be.
Yeah, even being the queen of the wood nymphs, I'm very proud. Hopefully they won't steal anything ever again, and hopefully they'll go out there and they'll advertise things that actually need advertising. Oh yes, I'm sure they will. Paul. They're not bad lads and ladies, really. They're just mischievous. As somebody who is also mischievous, I kind of get that. Yes, I thought you might have something in common. I think you may have a little bit of wood nymph blood in your veins, Yeti Uncle John. Well, I won't deny it. I won't deny it. No, well, I wouldn't.
Paul, what was it you said to them at the end? I missed it.
Oh, yes. You were getting them to advertise something else. Is it what I think it is? I gave them a list, yes. A list of things that they could advertise. Oh, yes. Yes. It's all very well advertising a cafe, but people out on a ramble in Richmond Park, they've got time to listen to music or podcasts, say, on their earphones. If they're wandering around by themselves, it's all very well. You can listen to the tweeting budgerigars or whatever it is that live in the trees around here. Oh yes, the parakeets. Yes, the parakeets and the other birds. But sometimes you want to plug in and enjoy nature, but listen to some podcasting gold. So you've given them a list. Yes, a list of names of podcasts with the addresses so that they can be accessed, so they can run up behind passing walkers and whisper in their ears.
Oh, you can listen to the Shylock podcast, yes. Oh, you can listen to Big Fatty Outside, Oh, listen to Round the Archive, Oh, listen to Vision on Sound, Oh, listen to the Smellcast,
Things like that. And a load of other podcasts too, of course. Well, yes, Paul, there are lots of podcasts. There certainly are. And it doesn't hurt if they have a bit more advertising. With wood nymphs running up and giving little adverts in people's ears, it seemed a perfect situation. As long as they don't steal from passers-by, then I have no problem with them. And they promise to keep an eye out for vampires. Well, that is good. We need as many ears and eyes as we can possibly achieve. Yeah, I agree with you there. We certainly do. Well, listeners, I think that's about all we've got time for. It's been nice to come back to Richmond Park and also to find out that the problem wasn't vampires. And we have solved the problem of the thieving wood nymphs. Well, I would like to say that a lot of this hard work was done by Martin and Cromitty and I before you even arrived. Yes, but I think my starring role as Queen of the Wood Nymphs sort of ends up equaling whatever hard work you put in. And it's a shame we didn't get to speak to Ben the Hen. I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah, he seemed fine. Yeah, just busy running around, doing stuff.
Yes, Ben the Hen's always doing stuff. Anyway, listeners, I've got to head back, and just keep an eye out for wood nymphs. That's all. Particularly if you're wandering around Richmond Park. I'll say goodbye on the way home. Then, are you guys coming with me now? Well, I think there are a few bits and pieces we need to sort out here.
Yeah, it won't take long. You can head back, Paul. You deserve it after your starring role.
All right. Okay. Yes, well, you did a very good job, Paul. And, we'll catch up with you later. All right.
You're hamming it up with Big Fatty. Oh, he is fat as sin, and oh, you still talk to him, and I don't know why. But you're hamming it up with Big Fatty.
With Big Fatty. Oh, his whole life's a sham. And oh, all he wants is ham.
And I don't know why.
Oh, you big fat thing, you.
Hello again, Big Fatty. It's me, Paul the Shy Yeti. I'm just calling in to let you know how things went in Richmond Park.
Yeah,
You know, we were out there.
Yes.
Hunting for vampires.
Yes, the vampires.
Well, following a lead. We weren't actually hunting anything.
Yes.
Although I did hunt down a rather nice Danish pastry and vanilla latte, but that's another thing altogether.
Yes,
So
altogether.
we were out here, and I did say I'd call back to reassure you that everything was okay.
Yes.
Well, turns out that our lead, about the yoga vampires wasn't right. There was something going on, but it wasn't yoga vampires this time. Apparently, there's a strange variety of wood nymph. Yeah, like a wood nymph. Apparently, these wood nymphs used to work for the cafe in the here in Richmond Park. And apparently, wood nymphs are the sort of things that sort of follow you around and whisper in your ear. And these wood nymphs, they used to wander around and they'd whisper in your ear, "Come and buy a hot chocolate," or "Come and buy a panini."
Buy a panini.
Or you know, whatever. They were employed by the cafe to drum up trade. And anyway, it's funny, you know, when you're walking along and suddenly you get a little nagging voice in your head saying you should do something. It's probably a wood nymph or a variety of wood nymph. But anyway, somebody had seen one and mistaken them for a vampire, and it's not. Anyway, we had a word with the queen wood nymph, and actually we've got the wood nymphs to stop. Well, they are still advertising the cafe, but we've now got them to advertise some podcasts. So the wood nymphs are going around the wood and they're whispering in people's ear, listen to the Shy Life podcast, or listen to the Smellcast, or listen to Big Fatty Online. So hopefully our statistics, our downloads will go up as a result.
Yes, we want the
I thought it was quite a good idea, actually. So, I gave him a list of podcasts that you'll be familiar with, and some that you may not, that I like. And that's what the wood nymphs are going to do. They're going to advertise, help advertise. So,
I think that is lovely.
we should get a definite rise in downloads. Anyway, that's about it.
Sure.
I just wanted to reassure you that everything was okay, and that I didn't get vampired. And yes, we're heading home now. So, all right. I hope all's well with you.
Yes,
and
lovely.
I'll send you another message soon.
That's
Bye for now.
Lovely.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Y'all, that, of course, is Paul the Shy Yeti. And Shy Yeti, thank you so much for the call. Always lovely to hear from you. And, I always thought of nymphs as being sexual, she's a lurid nymph. Oh, yes, Big Fatty. Are you referring to, Nessa and Pocket Size Amy when they're doing their little show together? They're just sort of little nymphies with each other. Well, I wasn't specifically thinking of that, but yes, Big Fatty. Well, that's what I think of. Well, anyway, that's kind of creepy too. But Shy Yeti, thank you so much for the call. Yes, Big Fatty.
Well, listeners, that's all we've got time for. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It was perhaps less traumatic than I was expecting. Well, it was kind of strange though. But I'm sorry, I'm having to compete with a lady announcing a train. There you go. It's a good sign as any that it's time to say farewell to this episode. But anyway, it would appear that we have, sort of solved the mystery of what was sort of going on up in Richmond Park. And yet, there's definite signs that the yoga vampires are still around somewhere. So, I don't know. Anyway, I've headed on ahead of the others, and they're still up there just sort of finishing off, and so you may hear from them before I go. But anyway, before the lady starts to announce any more trains or an actual train turns up, I'll say farewell for now, and thanks for joining us, and please do join us again soon, and do be careful when you're out walking in the woods. You never know quite what's out there. if it's not a yoga vampire, then it could well be a wood nymph that's trying to sell you something. But, all right, okay, bye-bye for now. Well, that went better than I expected to, I must say. Oh, yes, it did. Yes. I think we all played our part.
Yeah, I think we most certainly did.
At least the vampires weren't causing trouble this time. Well, no. They certainly have done that on many occasions.
Yes. It's good that it wasn't them this time.
Yes, I do think that Paul made a very good Queen of the Wood Nymphs, didn't you? Oh yes, most definitely. And I think even if I do say so myself, the costume I made, it really suited him.
Oh, it did, yes, it did. And I think he really looked quite fetching.
I only hope the real Queen of the Wood Nymphs doesn't, complain. That, well, if she's going to go and live on the south of France for 6 months of the year, then, there are always going to be some imposters, I think. She gets what she deserves.
I think you might be right. Oh, I can hear the theme music. Time to make a move, I think.
Oh, yes, I can hear it too. Oh, yeah. Right, okay, let's go.
Goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
What's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast. Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
Hello, lovies. This is your Auntie Vera Charles, or your Auntie Scott, or just don't call me late for dinner. Reminding you that the Pride 48 live streaming weekend is happening July 29th through the 31st, 2022. We hope to see you there in the chat room for an amazing weekend of live LGBTQ+ podcasting. For more information, head on over to pride48.com, where they've got pride just flowing right out every orifice on there. It can be unpretty at times.
Perk. It's me, Ben the Hen. Yes, I just wanted to say hello to everybody on the Shy Life Podcast. Yes, Super Hen. Flying across high treetops, clucking loudly. Yes. If Uncle John, there's one thing that bothers me. That voice that Paul used as the Queen of the Wood Nymphs. It sounded familiar. Well, where did it sound familiar from? Well, that was pretty obvious. Isn't that Paul's slightly more high-pitched version of Bettina Dupre? Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Well, Paul is notorious that he only has about half a dozen voices in his vocabulary of voices. But, yes, of course, Bettina Dupre. He's able to do a relatively okay impression of her. I'm not sure Bettina would agree. But, yeah, that's where you heard it from. I think he was just trying to do
his closest impersonation to her. But anyway, well, it wasn't too bad after all, I suppose. Oh yes, could have done worse. I don't think I could have pulled off the Queen of the Wood Nymphs myself. I just haven't got the ankles for it. No, I'm not sure I could do. I find it quite difficult to get my voice higher than I already do. I have a quite deep voice. You certainly do. Yes. Oh, yes, Uncle John, you do. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm feeling I'm coming over a little bit faint. Oh dear.
Listen to the Smellcast. Why not listen to Vision and Sound? Why not listen to Round the Archives? Why not listen to Big Fatty Online?
Oh, did you hear that, Cromitty? It was like a voice in my ear. Oh yes, there must be the Wood Nymphs advertising the podcasts. Well, I didn't mention the Charlotte podcast. Well, maybe they've done that already. Oh yeah, maybe. Come on, let's go.
Come on, guys. We'll miss the bus if we're not careful.
Sorry, I'm coming. We're coming. Yes. Oh dear.
Join us. We're still here. Why don't you join us?
I'm sorry, Cromitty, what did you say? No, I didn't say anything, Giddy Uncle John. I thought you said something. No. Never mind. Come on, let's go.
Oh my God, is this show over with yet?
No, Paul. He's so sweet. Dealy! Hi, Dealy. Oh, kitty, Dealy. Purr, kitty. Oh, I love Dealy.
551.
This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I'm flabbergasted.